Hello, everybody. It is springtime. It is almost the last day of April here, heading into May. And so I am so excited to do our spring ladies night out Golf Town clinic. So we're starting a couple minutes early. So I started logged on 2 minutes early so we can say hi to everybody and give everyone a chance to get on so that we could start right at the top of the clock, which would be 5 p.m. Mountain and 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you are here and you're already online with me, please throw your name in the chat. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if you've played your first round of golf this year. I'd love to know. And if how it's going. How's the start of your season been? So I see Golf Town. They're on. They're ready to go. So ladies, watch for those comments with Golf Town as well. They're going to do some fun little pins and let us know what's going on. So we'll watch the chat for that. So can't wait to hear all the ladies that have joined us and all the guests, in fact, all across Canada and hopefully internationally as well too, because heck, golf is a global game. So can't wait to hear from you all. So again, throw your name in the chat. Tell me where you're from. Sharon, you loved your my Golf Town in March for International Women's Day. Thank you so much, Sharon. That's perfect. You've come back because we're going to build on that video. So that's fantastic. Elaine, thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. Shelly Ellis, you've been out 5 times in Nova Scotia. Okay, yesterday was my first round in Calgary, Alberta. So Shelly, golf clap for you. That is absolutely awesome. I love Nova Scotia golf. There's so many beautiful courses there. Obviously, you've got Cabot, Cape Breton, but all across your beautiful province, you've got great courses. SGGG started golfing and still don't follow through like you tried to teach me. That's okay. I'm glad you're still working on it. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. And Vivi, hello, Calabogie. So nice that you've come to. I hope I said that right. Or Calabogie. So hope I said that right. I know I always mix up the names a little bit there. Louise from Oakville, Ontario. Can't wait to start golfing. Well, I hope your new round comes soon. Suzanne Sparks from New Brunswick. Thanks so much for joining us. And Ellen, so glad you've come back and to join us and thrilled that you appreciate the chats. I see Debbie from Nova Scotia. Hope you are doing well and you've had a great start to your season as well. And hopefully you've even had a round already in New Brunswick, or sorry, Nova Scotia, should I say. So the Maritimes, so beautiful. All the way from Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland. So many great choices out there. And Sharon from Lookout Point Country Club. So welcome. Well, we are at the top of the hour, so I want to get started right away. Welcome to everyone who's joining us. If you're just coming on right now, please throw your name in the chat. Tell me where you're from. If you've been golfing this year, I'd absolutely love that. So my name is Lisa Vluswick, nicknamed Lisa Longball. I'm an 8-time Canadian long drive champion, and I am so excited to partner with Golf Town to share tips and tricks with you on how to hit the golf ball longer, straighter, better. We've already started with one spring clinic in March on International Women's Day. Golf Town is actually going to throw that in the chat. They'll throw a link in the chat if you did not get a chance to catch that clinic, because today's clinic is going to build on that clinic as well. And so if you can't find that in the chat, Golf Town will throw that in there, a link to watch that previous clinic. If not, please go to YouTube, go to Golf Town, and in that very first video posted under For You on the Golf Town YouTube channel is that clinic. So you can find it right away. So we'd love to absolutely see you there. Well, today's clinic is in celebration of Ladies Night Out, which is happening Sunday, May 5th. Next Sunday at all 47 stores across Golf Town and across Canada, should I say. So can't wait to chat about that. We'll talk about that at the end of the clinic, but just want to tell you that's why I wanted to do this clinic. Let's get you ready. Let's get you started for the season, and then we'll chat about a really fun ladies night that is coming to hopefully a store near you. So thanks very much. Just before we get started, Barbara McDonald, I see you've been out twice. That's absolutely fantastic. Donna Carter from Ferguson Falls, Ontario. Hello. And Jacques Bonjour from Saskatchewan. Hello. I was actually just in Saskatoon watching my son play in the WHL playoffs. The Saskatoon Blades took us down, though, the Red Deer Rebels. So good luck to you. I hope you guys make it all the way to the Memorial Cup. So thanks, everyone, for joining. Now, you'll also see that Golf Town has just pinned a registration for that ladies' night out that I was talking about. We'll talk about it later in the show, but if you have a chance, take a peek at that. We'd love for you to register for a ladies' night at one of the 47 golf towns across Canada. So last one, Sandy from Maine. Hello. Great that you've joined us. All right, let's get down to action. As I mentioned in my last clinic for International Women's Day in March, I chatted about grip, posture, and also the keys to hitting it longer. So those of you who are really looking for distance as well, I talked about my turn the shirt, turn the skirt. turn the shirt, turn the skirt, and how that's the big powerhouse. I also gave some drills about dissociation. So if you're really struggling with distance, go back to that video. Well, moving on from that video, these are some of the tips that I have found have really helped golfers kickstart their season in a great way. Now, one of the things I talk about in terms of the 3 biggest things that you need to do in the golf swing: brush the grass, which I talked about in that March video. I also talked about turn the shirt, turn the skirt. And part 3 of the keys to hitting a great golf shot is finish your golf swing, finish your golf swing, finish your golf swing. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know I'm a big fan of finishing the golf swing. What do I normally see? What is the power leak in most people's golf swing? Well, most people, when I see that they're not getting a lot of distance, or if they're not hitting it straight, this is what I'm noticing. When you make a golf swing, if your arms are finishing by your face or just above your head, if this is where it is in finish, you are losing at least 20 yards and a good chance that you're leaving it out right as a right-handed golfer, left as a left-handed golfer. Huge, huge power leak. And then I also see, the other thing I also see when you go to make a finish, that your foot is barely off the ground. Maybe it's just the heel. Sometimes I even see people finish with their golf swing fully flat-footed. Holy cow, you're losing so much distance. So finish the golf swing, finish the golf swing, finish the golf swing. These are the checkpoints I'm looking for in a properly finished golf swing. So when you finish the golf swing, all of your weight should be on your front side. You should be able to lift up your back foot off the ground while you hold your finish, because all of your weight is on your front side. Number 2, you're standing up nice and tall. You're not leaning forwards and you're not leaning to the side. You're standing up nice and tall. Point number 3 you need to look for. I need to see that club all the way on your back. That club needs to be touching your back. And you might say to me, oh, Lisa, I'm not flexible enough to do that. Oh, yeah, you are. I want to see that club get all the way to your back. If you've ever seen the LPGA Tour logo, it's a picture of a girl with a cute ponytail and her hat. Where's that golf club? It's right on her back. So check out that logo to know that you can do it. That's the position that we're trying to get to. So we got to get all the weight on the front. We want to stand up nice and tall. We want to get the club to the back. And this next one is super important to show me that you have finished your golf swing. In a properly finished golf swing, I need to see the entire back sole of your back shoe. Most of you, again, I can just see your heel. And as I said earlier, some of you, when you finish, are completely flat-footed. And this is my cheater reader, what I call. Sometimes I just see what I say crunchy toe. So even if you get your club to your back, but you have a toe on your back shoe that's just crunching like this, that's a fake. That's a fake finish. That's a When Harry Met Sally. I see the diner incident happening. That's a fake finish. I don't want to see that little crunchy toe. All the way through. I want to see the entire back sole of that shoe. Show me some sole. Show me some sole. At the end of your round, the toe, the top of the toe of your back shoe should be dirty, because when you finish that golf swing, finish that golf swing, finish that golf swing, you should have dirt on the top of your shoe at the end of your round. I've actually have had students from my golf school take a picture of their shoe at the end of the round and text it to me to say, dirty toe, Lisa, dirty toe. Yes, that's what I want to see. So I promise you, if you finish your golf swing, not only will you add yardage, you're going to hit it straighter. So when people say to me, one of the biggest issues for amateurs are that they slice. One of the biggest reasons people slice is because they don't finish their golf swing. So if they finish with their hands up by their face or by their head, heels barely off the ground, look where your hips are facing. Guess what? That's exactly where your ball is going to go. However, had you finished your golf swing, your ball would be going straight down the pipe, straight down the pipe. So again, when you leak it out, right as a righty or left as a lefty, ask yourself, did I finish my golf swing? Another thing I would recommend, video yourself. Use your cell phone, put it on selfie mode. I prefer slow-mo. Almost all the cell phones, Samsungs, so Androids or iPhones will have that ability to obviously switch the direction. So you're on selfie mode, go to slow-mo and video yourself in slow-mo. Look for the checkpoints. Is all my weight on the front hand side? Am I standing up nice and tall? Did my club get to my back? Can I see the entire back sole of my shoe? And check for those checkpoints. And I promise you, you're going to be hitting longer and straighter shots. So finish your golf swing, finish your golf swing, finish your golf swing. And that's in everything from irons, hybrids, fairway wood, and driver. All right. Well, I see that we have so many other people that have joined us and come. So thanks for throwing your name in the chat and letting me know where you're from. Thrilled that I have so many people that have been already out playing their first round of golf across Canada and across the globe. So it is golf season. And man, when we were watching the Masters earlier this month, nothing better than that. Diane McMartin from Ottawa. She played 40 rounds with her husband, Jim. I love Diane and Jim, dear friends. And I love as Canadians, they sneak down south to the beautiful United States to go to play some rounds. So awesome that you got 40 rounds in. And I see Amy has joined us from Windsor. Thanks so much. I love Windsor. It almost looks like you could hit driver pitching wedge across the river to get to Detroit. Such a beautiful place. Such a beautiful place. And Krista Wood. I was speaking of my golf school. Krista came to my golf school from New Brunswick. And not only, you know what I love about meeting fabulous women from across the country? Fabulous women that are so strong. Krista is a cancer survivor. She makes me so proud. And I watch and I'm so honored when I see people with that strength and the big smile, and she came to play golf. That's what life's about. Supporting each other, lifting each other up, and that strength. Krista, sending you so much love. So thanks everyone for joining us so far. All right. So we talked about point 1, which is finish your golf swing, finish your golf swing, finish your golf swing. Number 2, so many golfers tell me that for me, this has been a great tip that I have shared with them. I have always hit my driver well, but sometimes I've struggled with my irons and even my hybrids, fairway woods. My coach, PGA of Canada coach, Paul Horton, taught me this in terms of ball position, and this made a huge amount of sense to me. If you're someone who's struggling with ball position, I want you to look at this ball position. So, here's the deal. What you have to remember in golf is that golf is a buffet. Golf is a buffet. So meaning that there isn't just one way to play golf. Look at Louis Oosthuizen's swing from South Africa and Jim Furyk's swing from the United States. Both have won tons of tournaments, phenomenal golfers, and they have very different looking golf swings. And that's okay. We don't all have to be cookie cutters. So I'm going to show you a different way to do ball position. Heck, try it. If it works for you, awesome. If you like your other way better, great. Now, this is the way that most people have been taught ball position. So ball position for most people has started with ball in the center of the stance. That's how I was started. So pitching wedge in the center of the stance. Actually, I'll use an alignment rod just to kind of help you know where that center of the stance is. There we go. So pitching wedge is in the center of the stance. 9 iron would be slightly forward, then 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4 iron, hybrid, fairway wood, and every single golf pro on the planet will tell you that driver, this is one of the few non-negotiables in golf, driver should be off the instep of your lead foot. Period, end of sentence. Every single pro will tell you that. So that's the way I learned how to have ball position for all my clubs. And for me, I found it a little bit difficult because I never quite knew where I was and never felt confident with that. So when this is what my coach Paul Horton said to me. He said, Lisa, you want to have better ball contact. I said, yes, I'm struggling with those irons. He said, okay, this is how a golf swing works. In a proper golf swing, you actually the club is going to come down on the ball. It's going to hit down on the ball, trap the ball, compress the ball, squish the ball into the grass, whatever that swing thought is, but it's hitting down on the golf ball. I'm like, okay. So he said, basically what's going to happen, your club will come down, you'll hit down on the ball, hit it, trap it, compress it, squish into the grass, then it'll squish into the grass, then the club will bottom out after you hit the ball, and then the divot will be on the driving range or a hole side of the golf ball, always in front of the golf ball. The divot should always be in front. If the divot is behind your golf ball, you know you've done something wrong, okay? Something in your swing or something you've done wrong. If the divot's behind, you always want to have the divot in front of the golf ball. So he said to me, if you want to have ball first contact, then you want the club to bottom out after that. He said, why wouldn't you just start the ball at where the lowest part of your swing would be, which is where the club would bottom out? So this is what he said. He said the lowest part of your swing is actually your lead shoulder joint. So that's your left shoulder joint for my right-handed golfers and right shoulder joint for my left-handed golfers. Basically what he said is this, for ball position. He said that if the lowest part of your swing is your lead shoulder joint, why wouldn't you just start the ball the width of the ball, or about 3 inches behind your lead shoulder joint? Then you're guaranteed to have ball first contact, squish the ball, trap the ball, compress the ball. Then the club will bottom out after the ball and create that divot. And it was like this. this mind-blowing aha moment for me that just made sense. Because the more, in my opinion, the more we can make the golf swing consistent and have a process, the more consistent our swing will be and the more consistent our shots will be. So I tried this and it has been a game changer for me. So let me walk you through the process. So the process for proper ball position or a different type of ball position, if you've been the person kind of going pitching wedge 9, 8, 7, so on and so forth, is this. So what you want to do is you want to take the golf ball, whether you're on the tee box or whether you're in the middle of the fairway, you're going to eyeball the ball in the middle of your feet. You will simply move your lead foot, so the foot closest to the fairway, by about 1 club ahead or 3 inches towards the hole or towards the driving range, your lead foot. Then you'll simply put your back foot to comfort. So if you have a pitching wedge, which is a shorter club, you'd probably just go to here. And if you had a longer iron, perhaps a 5-iron, 4-iron, or even a hybrid, you'd have a slightly wider stance. But the back foot is simply to comfort based on the length of club that you're using. The front foot always stays the same. Now, this is the ball position for every single club in your bag except driver. So this is all of your irons, hybrids, and fairway woods, even if they're teed up. Just not driver. This is not ball position for driver. So just to review it one more time, I eyeball the ball in the middle of my feet, move my lead foot the width of a club head or 3 inches, back foot to comfort. Okay? This is the ball position that has helped me tremendously. Now, one more little trick that I promise you will help you so much. I want to show you. Watch this. Watch when I make a golf swing when both my feet are dead straight. So when I go through this process and I move my lead foot the width of a club head or 3 inches, back foot to comfort. Now, I'm going to move the ball out of the way. I'm going to make a golf swing. Okay? This is my golf swing. That's as far as I can possibly turn. My hips are facing kind of the corner of my basement here. Now, the only change I'm going to make, I'll do the same process. Move my lead foot 3 inches of the width of the club head. Back foot to comfort. This time, I'm going to fan my lead foot. Just to about 45 degrees. Not 180, not like Krusty the Clown. Just 45 degrees. Now, that's the only change I've made. Now I'm going to make a golf swing, and now my belt buckle is faced right down towards my Callaway hitting net. I just gained 45 degrees of turn, and all I did was fan my front foot. So, for those of you that have knee injuries, hip injuries, fanning that front foot will take a tremendous amount of torque and pressure off that lead knee, and it will help you. But whether you're healthy or you have an injury, everyone should fan that lead foot to 45 degrees. Now, I asked my coach, Paul Horton, I said, can I fan, what if someone has 2 bad knees or bad hips or a bad back? Can they fan both feet? He said, absolutely. So if you have a slight injury on your back leg, on your trail leg, then yes, you can fan both feet. But if your back leg is healthy, keep the back foot straight, but fan the front foot. This is for full swing. We're talking full swing. So this is for all of your irons, hybrids, fairway wood, and driver. You're going to want to fan your front foot. Absolute game changer. So use that process for ball position. Now I'll review driver as well too, because this one's massive and so easy. So ball position for driver, and this is the one that every single golf pro in the entire world will tell you it's the exact same. Ball position for driver is only in one spot, and that's off the instep of your lead foot. So ball position for driver, again, I'm a big fan of process. Simply, it's feet together, eyeball the ball in the middle of your feet. Now this one's easy. Ready? Simply move your back foot, and then you still fan the front foot. Now I always fan the foot at the end. Why? Because I just want it to pivot around my heel. I don't want my whole body to turn with it. So I only do it at the end. I only pivot on my heel at the end. But ball position for driver, I have asked my coach, I said, what happens? I've seen people do this all the time. They get set up for driver and they're about ready to hit their driver. And as you can see here, the ball position's in the middle of my stance. And I'll say, how much distance are golfers losing when their ball position's in the middle of the stance? And Paul told me minimum 20 to 30 yards if your ball position's in the middle of your stance. So ball position might be something you haven't even thought of that will help you gain distance tomorrow when you tee it up. So make sure to think about your ball position. Try the one for irons, hybrids, and fairway woods, but definitely do the one for driver. You're going to love it there. So, I see Donna McGavick has joined us. Hello, hello. Thanks for throwing a hello in the chat. Hope you're enjoying these tips and that they're going to help you have a great start to the season. So thanks everyone for joining us. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we've talked about, we've time to talk about one more cool thing. Just before we do, Carla Unger. Oh, Carla Unger, she's from my hometown in Calgary. She loves the processes for proper ball position. I can't say that enough. Process, process, process. If you want to be a better golfer, if you want to drop your scores, have the same process. Absolutely love it. And Heather has joined us. Great to see you, Heather. Changing the stance helps. Absolutely. Great to hear that you've enjoyed that. Changing. And I see Marcia Jones and Tracy from New Zealand. Hello. Thank you for joining us. So appreciate that, Tracy. Love hearing our golfers from around the world that come to join us. And of course, Heather from Kingston. Oh, love Kingston, Ontario. So beautiful. The Tragically Hip, baby. All right. Last thing I want to show you to start your season and really help that golf season get started well, short game. You know I love the driver. I'm an 8-time Canadian long drive champion. I come second in the world twice, lost by 3 yards. I lost world championships with Sandra Karlberg, or in 2016. But oh boy, if you really want to drop your score, guess what? It's short game. It's short game. So many people tell me they struggle with chipping. So I'm going to show you my chipping technique that I've had tens of thousands of people tell me, Lisa, this works. Men and women have said, oh my gosh, Lisa, the flamingo. I absolutely love it. So let me teach you the flamingo if you've been struggling with your chipping. And the great thing about these lessons, what it does is it can help teach you new things, or it can also confirm what you're already doing well and even remind you of the things that you know, but maybe you've even forgotten. So absolutely love it. So let's talk about the flamingo. Now, chipping. The cardinal sins of chipping. Number one cardinal sin of chipping is when you're chipping, and chipping would be anywhere, I would mostly say 5 to 7 yards off the green. Somewhere where you're going to keep the ball relatively low. Pitching would be more higher up if you're trying to carry over a bunker, or maybe even from that 20, 30, 40, 50 yards away. I call it the throw up in your mouth distance. We'll talk about that in another clinic. But chipping would be kind of that 5 to 7 yards off the green. And if you struggle with that, if you can, the whole purpose of chipping, obviously to chip it in, but at least chip it close to one putt. If you could chip it close and one putt it, look how your scores will drop this season. So here's my technique that I call the flamingo. So as I said, cardinal sin number one for chipping is leaving weight on the back foot. So some people really want to get that ball up in the air. So what they do is they lean back and they literally try to lift up that ball in the air. Well, you have to look at your clubs. Your clubs are already designed with loft. Your clubs already have a beautiful amount of loft up there. So let the club do the work. It's designed to pop the ball pop the ball up in the air. So by you trying to help it up, you actually end up lifting the club off the ground, blading it or chunking it, and it'll skull across the green or be sitting right there in front of you. So cardinal sin number one, we never, ever, ever leave weight up on the back foot. Cardinal sin number two is getting really wristy. A little bit like putting. You never want to get wristy in putting either, because when you start to get wristy, that's when you get poor contact. So I can't say this enough. Keep those wrists nice and quiet like a putting stroke. So again, it comes back to process. Here's my process on how do we do the flamingo chip. Let's do the flamingo chip. So my process when I'm chipping is this. I always start with my feet together. So same idea of what I just taught you. Feet together, simply move the lead foot closest to the green or fairway, whatever we're talking about, 3 inches or the width of a club head. Now here's what's different. 100% on the weight on the front side. 100% of your weight should be on the front side. I call it the flamingo because you should be able to do this chip on your lead leg only. And the reason why is because if any weight gets to the back, that's when we chunk and skull. So you have to shift 100% of your weight onto the front. So feet together, move the lead foot 3 inches with the width of a club head, 100% of the weight on the front side. Now, like we talked about in my March International Women's Day video, we talked about arms should always hang like ropes from your shoulder, and that's when where we grab our club. Because our weight is all on the front, when we let our arms hang like ropes from the shoulder and grab our club, the butt end of our club should be facing our lead hip. Butt end of the club is facing your lead hip. Please, here's cardinal sin number 3. People try to redirect the butt end of the club to their belly button. Yes, in your full swing, you want the butt end of the club to face your belly button, but not in our flamingo chip. In the flamingo chip, you gotta leave the butt end of the club facing the lead hip. That's gonna help you brush the grass and pop that ball up. Okay? So feet together, move the lead foot the width of a club head, 100% of the weight on the front side, arms hang like ropes from the shoulders. Let the butt end point towards that lead hip. Don't redirect it to your belly button. And then we're going to use a putting stroke. We're going to use kind of that triangle as you would as if you were putting, and 0 wrists. 0 wrists. And anything with the chipping, it's not aggressive. It's not hard. Soft hands. I need you to think soft hands, and you're literally making a putting stroke, okay? So soft hands, and listen carefully. You might not be able to hear that, but it's a brush the grass. Brush the grass. And that goes back to our March International Women's Day clinic that we did. You have to brush the grass. This whole technique will not work if you don't brush the grass. And I don't mean the tips of the grass, just the tips of the grass. I need you to really brush the grass. Now, you're not going to take a divot, but I need to almost hear a thud, a little thud or a thunk when you're chipping. Again, soft hands, and it's not aggressive. A great swing thought for chipping, tick, tock, tick, tock, kind of like a metronome. That's the type of swing you want to have. Tick, tock, and you're brushing that grass, keeping that weight on the front side. So when you do that chip, I'm promising you, what you're going to do is you're going to have this great technique that's going to pop the ball up. So what I do is I use this technique where I'll use my 60-degree wedge. Hold on, can you see that there? 60-degree wedge or sand wedge. When I have a front flag, then I use the same technique. I don't change my technique. I change the club. I'd use a 9-iron maybe for a white flag or middle of the green flag. And if it's a blue flag at the back of the green, I'm using a 7-iron, a bump and run. So same technique, you just switch the club. So again, here's my technique is feet together. This is for the flamingo for chipping. Simply move the lead foot the width of a club head, 100% of the weight on the front side. Arms hang like ropes from your shoulders. Butt end of the club is going to face that lead hip. Let it stay there. Do not redirect it. And simply make a putting stroke and brush the grass. And then it's going to pop right up there. So I had my couch. It hit my couch and came back. But that's the key. You got to brush that grass. Practice that stroke. You can practice that stroke in your backyard. And I promise you, you're going to be a better chipper. And then experiment with your different clubs. It doesn't have to be sand wedge or 69. You can use an 8. You can use a pitching wedge. But just same technique, switch the club. The only thing that I want you to watch for is your sand wedge and your 9-iron should pop up. It should be up. If it doesn't pop up, you didn't brush the grass, but 7-iron will be low. 7-iron will not pop up. It'll fly a third of the way, roll 2/3. And of course, you're always, when you're chipping, you're actually reading where you want to land it, because of course the ball is going to roll like it would a putt. So you're really reading the green as well. I hope that these 3 tips are going to help you have a fabulous season. We're going to do some more tips at the end of May. So next month as well, we're going to do some more tips and we'll just keep building on this. But I really hope that you get to that point that it's finish the golf swing, finish the golf swing, finish the golf swing. Really make sure that we focus on that. And we've got it, that making sure that we do this chipping technique. So important to do that chipping technique. And again, I hope you've enjoyed all of that. But I do want to wrap up our clinic with some great tips on what's happening for our Golf Town Ladies Night Out. So Ladies Night Out is a fabulous night. Throw in the chat. If you've done a ladies' night out, throw me a hand, throw me a star, throw me a heart in the chat. If you've ever gone to our ladies' night out at Golf Town, it's at 47 stores across Canada. Actually, the way I became a Golf Town brand ambassador, I was attending a Golf Town ladies' night out years ago, and I ended up doing a clinic, and it was so wonderful that I ended up meeting, look at all the hearts. Look at all the hearts for people who've been to the Golf Town ladies' night out. That's so awesome. And I ended up meeting Fred Lecoq, the marketing director with Golf Town, and he loved the clinic I was doing, and he said, Lisa, we want to help female golfers across Canada. We want to bring you to all 47 stores across Canada. So I'm almost there. I've gone to at least 38 stores. I'm still coming across Canada. So if I haven't been to your store, I'm going to hopefully be coming to your store soon. But Ladies Night Out is on Sunday, May 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. at every single store across Canada. Now, you want to show up early because the first 50 people are going to get a goodie bag, a little gift bag. So your first 50 people get a gift bag, but there's going to be prizes all night. There's going to be a driver that's given away, putter, golf shoes, gift cards. There's just fabulous prizes and one night only Golf Town specials. So ladies, if you're looking for a new outfit, you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you might just do some pre-shopping that, for Mother's Day, maybe you just have a little Mother's Day. Oh, I'd like this. But it'll be one night only deals. So you'll want to go in store. But most importantly, ladies, go with your foursomes. Go have fun, celebrate women in golf, have a fabulous time, and just enjoy. So enjoy Ladies Night Out. The registration is pinned here in the chat. So you'll want to go to the registration to make sure that you're registered for your store. If possible, that would be fantastic. And we'd love to join you. I will be attending. If any of you are in Calgary, I'll be going to the Shaughnessy Dixie store. So I'll be there next Sunday, May 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. Can't wait to see all the golfers there. I had my first round with my family yesterday, and there's nothing more special. Devices are put away. My husband, son, and I were laughing, chatting. My son is 17 years old, almost 6'5". Hey, I can still outdrive him. Barely. It's not cool when your kids start to get better than you, but I've got them for now. I still have them for now, but very special times. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's watching, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful golf season. I sure hope you get a chance to go out to Ladies Night on Sunday, March 5th. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that my tips will help you have a fabulous season. Thanks very much, everyone. I'll see you next month. Bye.